Hello again. Today I will continue talking about the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, economic analysis. And here's a look at how global economy can be impacted by the outgoing Putin war on Ukraine. Many European countries are heavily dependent on Russian energy, particularly gas through several vital pipelines, even if the conflict comes to an end. There is a possibility that the harsh economic sanctions on Russia would make it very difficult for these countries to be able to import gas. Meanwhile, oil prices surged on Wednesday as supply disruption mounted following sanctions on Russian banks, while traders scrambled to seek alternative oil sources in an already tight market. Brent crude futures rose by more than 10%, touching a peak of $139.13 a barrel, the highest since June 2014, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures also hitting the highest since August 2014, touching a peak of $130.8 a barrel. Transport. Like global transport already severely disrupted in the aftermath of the pandemic, the war is likely to create further problems. The transport modes likely to be affected are ocean shipping and rail freight, while rail carries only a small proportion of the total freight between Asia and Europe. Countries like Lithuania are expected to see the rail traffic severely affected by sanctions against Russia. Supply chain. The world unexpectedly robust recovery from pandemic recession left companies scramble to enough raw materials and components to produce goods to meet surging customer demands. Overwhelmed factories, ports, and freight yards have meant shortages, shipping delays, and higher prices. Disruption to Russian and Ukraine industries could delay any return to normal conditions. Vegetable oil. Ukraine alone makes up almost half of export of sunflower oil. Its harvesting and processing hinted in a war toward Ukraine. Our exports are blocked, importers will struggle to replace supplies. So with the severe threat of supply disruption, companies are left with not many options but to consider hiking prices of daily consumed edible oils within weeks. Food supplies. Ukraine and Russia accounts for 30% of the world export of wheat, 19% of corn, and 80% of sunflower oil, which is used in food processing. Much of the Russian and Ukrainian bounty goes to poor, unstable countries like Yemen and Libya. Auto sector. The automobile sector is expected to be hit hard by the war. Rise in oil prices, continued shortage of semiconductors and chips and other rare earth metal is likely to add the industry's woes. Besides, Ukraine is also home to many components for automakers. For example, Uni AG, with supplies wire system need in Ukraine to European auto companies, has shut its two factories in the country. Consequently, Volkswagen AG has to shut one of its plants in Germany.